Hi, good afternoon. How you doing? I'm trusting God that you're doing well. Okay, my name is Chima Oris. Once again, I'm here to discuss with you again. Yes, for those outside of Lagos, for those outside of Nigeria, trust you're doing good. How's the weather over there? Yes. So I'd like you to comment and share these videos when you see them. Let's interact. Okay, let's learn together. And if you like to share something with me, you could you could feel free to reach out to me. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, so we've been discussing some topics, and in the last video I try to make it clear that for young believers, for someone who's trying to grow in his Christian faith, there are teachings you need to get yourself used to. There are teachings you need to hear. To equip you more, to help you know what you're doing and guide you. You know. So I don't think that Christendom is boring. I don't think so. If you think so, please share your thought. I don't think Christendom is boring. Mm, it's not boring. It's not boring at all. But if you feel otherwise, I'd like to hear your thought. If you feel otherwise, please do share. So so I'd like to take up my for each time I come to speak with us, I like to take my um I like to continue the teachings from where I stopped the last time. So if you do well to go back to the last video, I I'm sure I stopped with you knowing yourself, right? Knowing yourself. Um, I think I mentioned um, I talked about lately on that video. I talked about um, sheep and wolves, right? So, and I was now saying that you should know yourself in order to identify or differentiate between sheep and wolves. Wolves, sorry. So, how do you do that? It's first knowing yourself, and in order to know yourself, there are certain things you you have to do. There are certain things you need to know, right? In order to know yourself, there are certain things you need to know. Um, in order to know yourself, you need to ask certain questions. There are certain questions that are key for you to know yourself. And so you might want to ask, what are the first questions? I have so many questions here, but let's streamline them to three questions, right? Three questions. First, you might want to ask this question: Who am I? That's a very big question. Who am I? And the second one, that's who am I, has to do with identity. What's your identity, right? If you have an identity, you'll be able to do things. Identity. So who am I? It's identity. And the second question is, where am I from? That's source. What's my source? What's your source? And the third question is, what am I here for? Purpose, right? So as a Christian, as a young Christian, as a young believer, or as an individual, it's if you ask yourself these questions, you go far. Nothing will sway you here and there. Who am I? That's identity. Where am I from? That's my source. Where's your source? And thirdly, why am I here? Purpose. In order to expatiate more on this, I like us to, if you have your Bible there, read through Luke chapter 1. Luke chapter 1 is a long read. As a matter of fact, I've gone through that, gone through Luke, but I'm still coming back to Luke chapter 1 because one thing that will help us as true believers and true sons of God are coming back to the manual. This is, as a child of God, this is the manual of life. You know, when you in a secular world, when you buy something, say like a new phone or you buy a new gadget, most times you find that there's a manual inside of it, and that manual shares more light to what the manufacturer has in mind for creating that gadget. And so once you go through the manual, you'll be able to know you're going through the manufacturer's mind to understand what uh, his intentions for building the gadget. And so when you go through the gadget, you start seeing, from the manual, you start seeing what um, how to use the gadget. So for instance, when you go in, you buy a new laptop. In the manual, you see how it functions, all you need. Some go as far as giving you pictures and pointing you arrows on step to take in order to do this. 1, 2, 3, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And that's the same way you have it. The Bible is the manual of life. The Bible is the manual of life. So I'll leave you with this. I think we'll discuss it the next time we come. Read Luke chapter 1. Luke chapter 1. Let's just do that in particular. Let's do chapter 1 and chapter 2. It was talking about John, the birth of John, and the birth of Jesus. Now, if you look at it very well, you see the intentions of John and Jesus. You see the purpose of John. And if you check it very well, they both had almost the same stories. The angel visited Zachariah, the husband to Elizabeth, who gave birth to John. And the angel came to Mary, the husband to Joseph, that gave birth to Jesus. Now, you can see the stories are alike, but they have different purposes. So when we read that, you'll be able to understand. You have an insight to who John was, where he was from, where he came from, and his purpose. And most of the times, when you don't live your purpose, or when you don't live your purpose, you are irrelevant. True. But when you live in your purpose, you are super relevant. Let's read chapter 1 and chapter 2, and we'll discuss it the next time. Trust us, bless you. Yes, I'll see you and I'll see you. Thank you.